everyone? Okay, awesome. All right, everybody, thank you so much for coming to today's press conference. We will be hearing first from Detective Patrick Reed. That's Patrick, last name Reed, Reed. He's a detective with the Homicide Unit of the Austin Police Department. Following Detective Reed's statements, we will hear from the mother of Christian. That's Misty Moon, MISTYMOON. And then we will have questions. We do ask that all questions are directed to Detective Reed and Detective Reed only. And as far as questions go, please raise your hand. I will call on you. I know I'll call for someone on deck. Please don't just say out your questions. We'll raise your hand and we'll get you called. And then after questions, we will do these statements in Spanish as well. So if you would like the Spanish statements, you're welcome to stay. And if not, then we can escort you out before then. Any have questions ahead of time from anyone? Okay. All right, Detective Reed.
Good morning. Everybody ready? Good morning. Thank you all for being here. Today we're going to discuss the case of Christian Rangel. On the morning of April 8th, 2024 at approximately 11:15 a.m., Christian Rangel left his Southwest Austin apartment on foot for Walmart at 5017 West US 290. Christian never returned home and was reported missing later that night. Walmart surveillance footage showed Christian entering the front passenger seat of a white GMC Terrain at approximately 1:30 p.m. A short time later, that vehicle exits the parking lot at a high rate of speed, and surveillance video shows Christian attempting to exit the car. Throughout the investigation, we have determined the subject Christian met with in the parking lot of the Walmart is identified as a black female named Camry Wooldridge. On April 19th, 2024, at approximately 7 p.m., APD received a call about a deceased person in a field in the 5800 block of Spring Meadow Drive. The deceased person was positively identified as Christian. Detectives determined that Miss Wooldridge disposed of Christian's body in the field in the 5800 block of Spring Meadow Drive. And on May 14th, 2024, an arrest warrant was issued for Wooldridge, charging her with tampering with a human corpse, a second-degree felony. The Lone Star Fugitive Task Force arrested Wooldridge on June 4th, 2024, and she's currently out on bond on those charges. Though Wooldridge has been arrested and charged in this case, this is still an active and ongoing investigation. And we're here today with Christian's family to ask for the community's help and support in learning what happened to Christian in the moments between entering that vehicle with Wooldridge and when she discarded him in that green belt. I'd like to remind the community that Crime Stoppers is offering up to a $1,000 reward for any information in the case. You can call Austin Crime Stoppers at 512-472-8477, or you can submit your tip online at austincrimestoppers.org. You can and will remain anonymous. At this time, I'd like to bring up Christian's mother, Misty, to give a statement.
It is with devastation that we are here to speak about the tragic loss of Christian Rangel. He was our son, and he was a father, a brother, nephew, cousin, and friend who is deeply missed. It is a pain that words cannot adequately describe. But I stand before you today not only in grief, but in hope that justice will be served. Christian was only 24 years old when he was taken from us in an act of senseless violence. He has had his whole life ahead of him, a life filled with promise, love, and many dreams yet to be fulfilled. His smile would light up any room, and he had such compassion for everyone. He would be the first person to give his own shirt off his back for a stranger. Family meant everything to him. And without him, ours will never be the same. We will never stop seeking justice for him. To anyone who is holding onto information, our family asks, from the depths of our broken heart, please come forward. In addition to the $1,000 offered by Crime Stoppers, the family is offering $9,000 more for information in Christian's case. Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions for Detective Reed? Should we start with Angela?
Yes.
Were there any other suspects in the parking lot, or could Ms. Woolridge be eventually charged with murder?
So that's part of the ongoing investigation. Of course, with open cases and working with the DA's office as we gather evidence, that'll be a decision that we make together with the culmination of all the evidence that we have. So again, that's why we're here, to determine if there are others involved and what those circumstances were that led to Christian's death.
Do you have any evidence that they might have known each other or had a relationship, the two of them?
We know that they were acquaintances. They had met before, so they had prior meetings with each other.
What was that relationship? What can you tell us?
I won't go into the details about that right now. Just that they weren't strangers to each other.
Any indication on what the motive may have been for her dumping the body?
Not right now. Nothing that I can speak on.
What did Mr. Broadhill do for a living? Was he a student? Or
What did Christian do for a living?
was he a student?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Do we have any other further?
Yeah, were there any other witnesses in the parking lot, or was it just them two?
Well, there were several people in the parking lot that we could see on surveillance footage. We haven't identified any of those people, so hopefully things like this will encourage those people to come forward. Anybody that saw something, heard something, knows something, again, we're here asking that you come forward. Through Crime Stoppers now with the family, it's up to a $10,000 reward for information. So that leads to information in the case. So that's why we're here.
I haven't. Oh, I'm sorry. You're good. Good, Betty. I haven't covered this case before. Do we have that surveillance video we can share with people, so that maybe somebody would see something and come forward from that day?
We can discuss that with PIO about what we can release as far as surveillance stills from that. So we can certainly look into that and make that available if it's appropriate.
We do have a press release as well. We'll be sending out right after this, and should we release more information, we'll send out a press release as well.
Do police believe that Woolridge assaulted Mr. Broadhill?
We have a lot of theories that we're working with right now. I don't want to speak on anything too specific at this point. Again, kind of circling back to that's why we're here, right? To generate information to help us kind of better understand what theories we may have or what little information we do have right now.
And were they the only two people in the car? And was Christian ever seen coming back out of the car?
We don't know if they were the only two people in the car. Again, part of what we're trying to find out. And as far as the video goes, no. From the moment that car arrives and Christian enters the car to the moment it leaves the parking lot, no one else ever enters or exits except Christian's attempt to exit as the car speeds out of the parking lot.
Can you say whether Christian owed money to Ms. Woolridge?
I can't say, and even if that was information we had, I wouldn't be able to share it at this time.
You say he attempted to exit as it was, I think your words were speeding away. What was that situation like? What kind of paint the picture of that scene?
So, I mean, yeah, we have a distant surveillance footage kind of in the distance of the parking lot. And it just, you know, as you see other vehicles, we've all been to Walmart parking lots, right? They're usually pretty busy, right? So you can kind of gauge speed based on other things happening in the parking lot. So it's pretty apparent that the vehicle is moving at a higher rate of speed than what would be appropriate for a parking lot setting. And as the vehicle exits, the front door opens and then quickly closes again. The door that the passenger side where Christian entered. Does that answer your question?
So it's moving at a higher rate of speed than it should be, and while it's moving at that high rate of speed, but it looks like he's trying to jump
Correct.
out?
Correct.
Do we have any further questions for Detective Reed?
I'm sorry, this is probably repeated what was asked before and can't answer, but do you believe other suspects are involved?
I'm open to any and all theories right now, right? So that's part of why we're here seeking information.
Thank you. We will reset. If you do not want to stay for the Spanish portion, we can escort you back downstairs. If you would like to stay for Spanish, give us like 2 or 3 minutes while those two, once we are able to.
Got it.
And if anyone in the family wants to sit down, you're more than welcome to. If you